Alabama represented on both sides.
Yes, they are. We haven't even talked about all the offers of these kids. I mean, the list is so long. You really don't even know where to start with all these Division I prospects on both sides.
The East St. Louis who gets the ball first. Teeing the ball up is Darian Smith. He's the man who caught the touchdown, or actually ran for the touchdown. Touchdown catch was Laravius Wood. But Darian Smith, the 1-yard run on a 4th down play, no less, with, like you said, 3 seconds to play. Big kick, and here comes the return, as this is going to be Bennett, and Bennett will get to about the 27, and that is where East St. Louis will take over. East St. Louis with Pops Battle, Robert Pops Battle, the quarterback. Marquise Palmer, number 5, one of the running backs. Didn't really get a chance to see too much of him in the first half. Justin Price, one of the receivers, number 7 to the top of your picture. Antoine Hayden also out there, and here's a run that will get good yardage, getting about 5 to 6 yards on the play. As just another hard-nosed run by a hard-nosed player, Terry Martin.
I think that's what they need to do. They need to get downhill in the run game, do a good job with the one-back power. Really is a counter play, not really a counter action in the backfield, but counter play set up by the offensive line, doing a good job getting a hat for a hat, picking up a good run on 1st down.
Flag's thrown, and it looks like it's going to go against East St. Louis, and it does. Matt Cook, the referee, Chris Glass, the umpire, Adam Loudon is the linesman, Andrew Zink, the line judge, Brian Harold, the side judge, Michael Griffith, the field judge, Ryan Vizengardi, the back judge. A lot of these officials in this event, college officials. They've done a great job.
Fantastic job.
So it's 2nd down and 9. Marching them back 5 yards, negating that 6-yard run. There's a run, and not a lot of real estate for Martin this time. The defense converging on him. Good job there. Among others, Isaiah Neal, number 9.
You try to go sideline to sideline against this St. Francis team, it's not going to have success. First run downhill, 5-yard gain. Second run sideline to sideline, loss of 1. I just don't understand why they're not trying to push this thing vertically rather than beat this speedy St. Francis team on the perimeter.
Well, when you think you're a very fast team, that's one thing, and then you go up against an extremely fast team.
It changes the game plan.
Kind of hits you in the head.
Yeah.
Battle being rushed. Battle's going to run. He makes a little bit of a cut. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Gets to the 34. That'll bring up 4th down and 2. And looks like the punting unit coming on.
East St. Louis just got to stay out of 3rd and predictable pass downs. That 3rd and extra long there is a pass down. Automatically, I think the ears pin back, allow them to not to be creative, but they just get good pressure, allowing these defensive ends to be able to, pin their ears back and rush up the field. You just got to make sure you just stay out of situations where you are being predictable on offense.
Snap is good this time, but the kick off the side of the foot, high and wobbly. It will take a St. Francis bounce and to the 47-yard line. So now the momentum clearly seeming to go on the pendulum to St. Francis.
This is kind of what we were talking about here. St. Francis, it just seems like they're on the brink of breaking something open here, and this might be the opportunity to do that. See what I'm interested to see what their adjustments are here coming out of the gate in the second half.
Off the side of the foot, and that insult to injury, it took a St. Francis bounce before being downed by number 11 Marlon Jones. So 1st and 10 for Michael Van Buren and company. Van Buren play action on 1st down. He's going to flare right side, has a man, and that's a catch at the 35 and out of bounds at around the 31.
Just exactly what we were talking about. Play action does a good job having a double move. It's an out and up from the inside. Gets leverage. Defender tries to drive on the out cut, not so fast, runs up the field. Van Buren makes a good throw. He makes a great throw. This is a touchdown. Receiver just has to adjust just a little bit, but
Deshaun Womack on the stop, on the catch, I should say. Flag thrown in late on the play.
Good job finding an explosive play here early in the second half.
Yeah, they just went for it, and it paid off. And Womack with an outstanding catch. Hold is the call. That hold is called on number 77, P.J. Wilkins. But how about the way he brought down that ball?
Absolutely, you know, and we were just talking about, I don't know if you're paying attention earlier, they're playing that cover 4 coverage on the back end, not really being doing anything too creative on the back end. East St. Louis is they got to find a way to mix up these coverages if they want a chance.
Pass over the middle, and this is going to be a house call. Touchdown. That was a great throw by Van Buren, and Ryan Manning with the catch, 26 yards.
Selling out for the run. Does a good job on the RPO. Faking that ball in there, giving a good fake. Linebackers suck up into the line of scrimmage. Eyes in the backfield. Great route, great throw, run after catch when you're accurate with the football. St. Francis, like we said, they're just on the brink of tearing this one up. I can feel the momentum shifting to their sideline.
Point after coming up. The kick, Darian Smith. And it is wide to the right. No good. Darian Smith misses. 9:03 to go in the third quarter. It is St. Francis taking their first lead, 12-7 over East St. Louis. Freedom Bowl 2022 from Canton, Ohio at the Hall of Fame Stadium on Flow Football. Welcome back here as you look at one of the returners, Christopher Bennett. St. Francis taking the lead by a score of 12-7. 26-yard touchdown pass, Michael Van Buren to Ryan Manning. That was a dart of a throw. Manning in stride, Manning with the speed. You weren't going to catch him after the ball was caught.
He had no help over the top here. He was in single coverage, one-on-one, cover 4. Those safeties are just really aggressive for run and cover 4. Play action pass gets them. Accurate throw, run after catch. Good execution by St. Francis, showing why they're the number 3 team in the nation on that drive.
Number 3 over number 57. And the ball is received by Bradford, and Bradford is hit pretty much immediately. Good tackle there by Rashal Vaughns. Among others, number 14 Vaughns with the nice play as you get a look at him. So let's see what East St. Louis does. An injury timeout. Players down.
get 2 cramps on one play.
Number 5, Marquise Palmer, one of the guys who's down. Man, we were talking about how St. Francis might come out, but the thing that surprised me is the way that they went to the air right away.
Yeah, I thought that was a good adjustment at halftime. They did a good job just executing in the pass game, getting easy completions. I just thought that was a really well executed drive. They're back to what they do, getting the ball into their playmakers' hands in space, and you see they can break it anytime they touch it.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that we've seen that's very consistent, the team speed on defense. Speed, agility, and power.
Yep.
Because they lay the wood when they hit you.
Yep, they're going to make themselves known when they hit you. They've done a really good job just swarming to this football, disrupting the rhythm of this East St. Louis team.
You know, it's kind of funny. We talked about in Georgia last week when we did the games at Milton High School, how we saw SEC quality play. Well, this looks like an SEC team.
Yes, it does.
Unbelievable talent. Being carried off the field is Marquise Palmer. That's a strong coach.
It's like grown man strength. I was thinking the same thing. He got his lift in for the day right there.
Well, Palmer's trying to walk, so he's hobbling, but at least he's trying to walk it off. And this is a throw. And talk about those laying the wood hits. Well, you saw 3 guys laying the hats.
East St. Louis needs to take a play out of St. Francis's playbook here and try to open up this pass game a little bit. Again, just an outside zone against this defense that's so fast. I just don't really understand why they keep forcing this outside zone. Use the big stout guys they got up front. Try to push these guys vertically rather than horizontally.
Terry and Martin was the man on the carry, and there's a little screen pass, and that's a completion to Jesse Watson. Watson gets to the outside, and he is clotheslined down at around the 33. That'll be good enough for a first down for East St. Louis. Lost the helmet, did Watson.
Good confident throw there by Battle on the RPO. RPO, they're about to run the inside zone, not so fast. He recognizes zone coverage, does a good job getting it to his playmaker's hands. He does the rest for a good first down on this drive. A much needed first down.
First year starter, by the way, Jesse Watson. And a good catch. 8:15 to go in the third, 7:50 to go in the third. Here is the run, and that will be to about the 35. Down to 7:42 on the game clock. Second down and 7. Ball at the 35. 12-7 in favor of St. Francis over East St. Louis. So look at the gives. They got it to Martin once again, and again the white shirts and the dark hats converging. (12-7). Again it goes to Martin, and again no room. Gains maybe a yard. Yeah, this team's speed on the outside just too much for St. Francis. I know you can be bullheaded and go to the well one too many times when you're a successful team, but when you're playing against the cream of the crop team, you got to adjust.
Have to adjust. And it starts for East St. Louis in the run game. They got to be a little bit more multiple in the run game. They're being a little predictable right now, and they're not getting those creases.
Well, and the problem is they're being predictable, and now you got a 3rd and 5 where what's the predictable call? you're going to pass.
You're gonna
Guess
throw it.
what? They're going to go after the quarterback now.
But you know, Scott, with the way the special teams punt unit has been struggling in this game, maybe they're thinking, hey, this is 2-down territory. Try to get half on a run, maybe pop one for a first down, but then knowing in the back of their mind they're going to try to go for it. That's the only advantage, I would say. But I seriously don't think they can run the football, you know, outside, sideline to sideline like they're trying to do. I think they have to be more physical up front, maybe run a couple powers, some dives. I mean, look at the size of this East St. Louis team. Just use that size to your advantage.
The F on the helmet is for Flyers. The Panthers on the other end of the field almost have that Pittsburgh Steeler look on the helmet.
They do.
Kind of play like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They do. They got a couple coaches with shades on the sideline. Interesting tactic, knowing that it's dark outside. So maybe that's just for some style points.
Oh, it's for style points. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, I don't think the sun's coming out anytime soon. It's been down for a couple of hours. Got an injury timeout. That's what the delay is. St. Francis player across from us is down, being tended to.
The chance for East St. Louis to get their wind back a little bit, get a little rest, a free timeout to try to convert on a big third down here.
Now you got another player being carried off, this time a St. Francis player.
Oh man, that's weak. I thought the coach would put him on his shoulders like he did on the other side. Now we're tended to.
No, this looks a little more serious. They're bringing him to the table. He's not being dropped off and being able to get on his feet.
That's tough to see.
Yeah, that is very tough to see.
Zone coverage.
I want to say that was Simeon Coleman, number 44, but I'm not sure. And the pass was incomplete. So now you got a 4th and 5. And
had a great call called there. Zone coverage had the sail route called. Outside receiver did a good job turning the corners back to the quarterback. That's his rule. That's his job when running the sail. The good job, quarterback. Just got to make that throw, or if he's not comfortable with it, he can step up in that pocket and use his legs to get that first down. He had some rush lanes there on that one.
12-7 in favor of St. Francis over East St. Louis. St. Francis, the number 3 team in the country. East St. Louis, number 57. Both outstanding teams. Do we have too many men? No. Just delay a game. They were pointing at the clock. .641 to go in the third. 12-7 in favor of St. Francis. Low snap, the punt, a wobbly line drive kick, and that will go inside the 35 to about the 33, and that is where St. Francis will take over 1st and 10. I'm interested, Brandon, to see what Michael Van Buren and company do on this series. They came out throwing, they utilized the play action, they utilized the screens to the outside, and just utilized the speed of the person catching the ball. Yeah,
they did a good job mixing it up in that series there. I think they have the threat of the pass over the top in the back of the defense's mind, so it might soften them up to allow this Robinson and company to chew them up on the ground a little bit here on this drive.
Robinson was kept in check a little bit.
East St. Louis just shooting themselves in the foot here with these penalties here.
Yeah, this is a big 15-yarder. You go from the 33, and all of a sudden you're going to be up near midfield. The 47 to be exact. So now all of a sudden, St. Francis comes out and say, we have great field position, guys.
Gotta go.
Juan Williams in the backfield. Michael Van Buren, the quarterback. You got two receivers right, a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep, and this is Williams. Williams getting to the outside, gets a first down at around the 41. Gain of 12 on the play by DeJuan Williams, who got a great burst of speed.
A little window dressing in the back end of that play. Did a good job getting the eyes rolling one way, not so fast going the opposite way. I like that scheme. That's a defensive back. If you can get a running back on a defensive back, you should win that battle 99% of the time. Williams does a good job making a guy miss in the open field.
Running to the near side this time and gains a couple of yards. Once again, that was DeJuan Williams. Michael Van Buren, by the way, one of the talented players on one of the most talented teams that has been assembled in the nation. Four-star quarterback. Breakout performance against De La Salle. Pass incomplete on the right side. The then sophomore, as he is now a junior, last year 241 yards, 16 of 19, 4 touchdowns, tying the previous record held by Matt Leinart in the first half.
Wow.
So that was a heck of a first half for him, and he's shown that he can throw the ball. He's got the poise. Doesn't hurt that he has the offensive line too.
And the athleticism.
Yes. With a capital A. 3rd and 11. Pass left side, and not looking was the running back DeJuan Williams out of the backfield. When he looks at that play, he's going to want that back. Number 12 right there was on the coverage, but it was more on the receiver. Michael Tillman was on the coverage.
Van Buren does a good job knowing that he's hot. That wheel route is his hot route. Running back's just got to get his head around, knowing that this quarterback's hot. That clock in his head is going to be a little bit quicker when you're hot.
You saw Williams being consoled by the sideline, and he knew he made a mistake. And he'll learn by that mistake.
Absolutely.
4th down. You always have to watch out for the fake, but it's going to be a quick punt. And it's going to bounce inside the 20 and go out of bounds at the 18. East St. Louis now will come back out on offense. Plenty of time. They're only down 12-7, but you were up. East St. Louis, 26-yard touchdown pass. Robert Pop's battle to Laravius Wood. That coming with 1:22 to go in the first quarter. Then with 3 seconds left in the half, it was Darian Smith, a 1-yard run, 2-point conversion, no good. Then a 26-yard touchdown pass, 9:03 to go here in the third. Michael Van Buren to Ryan Manning. The kick was wide to the right, and that's where we stand. So now let's see what East St. Louis does on offense, as this East St. Louis offense has struggled against this St. Francis defense. And as I say that, that's a pretty good run by Laravius Wood.
And guess where it is? Right up the middle of the field. Again, I think that
you were calling for that.
That is the advantage they have, is that they got that big offensive line. They need to run downhill runs, not stop running these perimeter runs.
I'm going to say 9 yards beats incompletions and -3.
Absolutely.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Wood in the backfield once again. Wood, the more powerful runner also, the downhill runner. He bumps off a defender, tries to break to the outside. He is caught. That's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. Great defense again by the St. Francis team, as losing his shoe but not losing his man was number 14, Rashal Vaughns. We've called his number a few times. 6'2", 200-pound linebacker, a junior. Man, that defense, it just swarms on him. 3rd and 2. Straight ahead running, and that's not going to go nowhere. They didn't go to the pass, and the defense said, hey, thank you very much. And it's another 4th down. Wood tried to go to the well one more time. It's going to be a punting situation with 3:54 to go.
Good job here by St. Francis sniffing out the run, inside run, zone run inside. They did a good job. I think he could have thrown that RPO. They had an action back with the bubble screen in the backfield. I think he tried to get the first down with the run game. I think he could have pulled that. He had numbers to the outside. That would have been a big play.
Punt is a short one, but it will take an East St. Louis bounce. It will go near the 40, and they will start up St. Francis at their own 39. Michael Tillman got a break there. But St. Francis, their defense just taking over this game. Injury, timeout again. This time an East St. Louis player is down. Again, you hate to see this. We'll take a break. 3:19 to go in the third quarter. 12-7 St. Francis over East St. Louis on Flow Football. Jesse Watson, the injured player, going off the field on his own power. 1st and 10 now for Michael Van Buren and company, and he's showing pass. Little flip, and that is a pick. That is picked off by Antoine Hayden, and a flag thrown at the last second. But how about that? A key turnover as it is turned over to East St. Louis. We'll see what the laundry is about at the end of the play.
Wow, what a great job sniffing out that running back screen. They had a beat on it from the start and made a huge play. Wow.
No foul on the field, so East St. Louis takes over 1st and 10 at the 28 of St. Francis.
What a fantastic play. He's on the end man of line of scrimmage. He reads out screen. They don't have a hat for him. What an unbelievably athletic play right there. Wow. That is impressive right there. He's a rusher. He's trying to rush the quarterback. He sniffs out, something's funky on the offensive line here. They're not wanting to block me. Not so fast. Gets himself a nice interception. Turns the momentum.
Battle looking to throw. He threw that ball away.
Wow.
What did he see there?
They get an interception on a running back screen.
He just threw the ball away.
And St. Francis literally sniffs out a running back screen on the opposite end. Battle does a phenomenal job not making a bad play worse and just dirting this football. Young quarterbacks, take notes of that. That is how you play the game. Just don't make a bad play worse. His guy was covered. He dirts the ball. No harm done. Great job.
Man goes in motion. Give goes nowhere. That's Martin. And Martin is stuffed. He's thrown down. That's going to be a flag.
Wow.
That is undisciplined.
That is a huge play.
You hate to see that.
Wow.
You just had a great defensive play, and then Cameron Howard threw the man down.
Wow.
Personal foul.
Wow, silly play by St. Francis right there, giving him free yardage. Now, East St. Louis has got to take advantage of this and get 7 points.
Actually, I got the wrong man. They said number 42, Carlton Smith.
Wow, that's a tough break for St. Francis right there, but East St. Louis has got to take advantage of these free yards here.
Well, field goal, you're still trailing, so yeah, you've got to get into the end zone. Motion man is Bennett. Rolling out to his right is Battle. Battle gonna run. Battle is flipped over at the 10. So he gets something out of it. Gets about 4.
Another fantastic job by Battle. That's 2 pass plays in a row that St. Francis covered up. He does a good job. Watch it right here. Just breaks contain. My first read's not open. My second read's not open. What am I good at? I'm an athlete. I can go get 4 yards when there's nothing to get. Fantastic job by Battle here. I'm very impressed in this drive with his decision making.
Price, one of the receivers, number 7 to the left, along with number 3 Bennett. Battle rolling out to his right, throws towards the end zone and overthrows his man, but a flag is thrown as he tried to get the pass.
Oh my.
To Caden Rogers, number 16.
Wow. St. Francis just shooting themselves in the foot on this drive. Wow. Wow.
I always thought the defensive holding was an automatic first down.
So did I.
But that's a hold. I thought it was a first down, but they say it's 2nd and 1. Maybe the rules are different in Ohio. 2nd down and 1 now. Everywhere I've been, it's been an automatic first down. The run goes to the outside, and it's not going anywhere. Bennett is stuffed by the speed and power of St. Francis. As say hello to a couple of players, number 17 to Jerry and Miller. Check that, number 17 Brian Sims and number 21 KP Price. Third and 5 after it was 2nd and 1.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. Battle throws towards the end zone, and that is incomplete. Intended for Jesse Watson. Fourth down and 5.
Watson just a little bit tough to get out of his break. Credit to St. Francis defensive backs doing a good job of being on the hip of these receivers. Just a little bit of stall out of his release caused that timing to be a little bit off on that outcut. I thought it was a good call. Zone coverage, they're backing out of this. They're not coming on this one.
4th and 9. Battle looking. Battle's got running room. He's going to be inside the 5. He is inside the end zone. They give it to him. Touchdown, East St. Louis.
Wow.
Robert Pops Battle. Look at this.
What a great job. First read's not there. They're going to drop 8 on me. I'm going to use my legs and extend the play. What execution by Battle on that drive. Not sexy stat numbers. Didn't throw for a 50-yard touchdown, but he did a great job playing within the offense and doing a good job taking what the defense gives him. What a play there. Huge, huge touchdown on 4th down.
They're going to kick the point after to make it a 2-point game. Michael Tillman out of the hold of Rico Bond. And the kick, no good. Surprised they didn't go for 2. So kick is no good. And with 1:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, East St. Louis retakes the lead, 13-12 over St. Francis. You're watching the Freedom Bowl 2022 from Canton, Ohio on Flow Football. back here as you look at some of the East St. Louis faithful who made the trip wearing University of Illinois colors. That's another team that we didn't talk about that this team kind of looks like.
Illinois?
A little bit.
A little throwback Florida Gators with the F on
No,
there.
yeah, you know what? That's a good point, too. The old style F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the look. They like the fact that they're on top 13-12, but only a 1-point lead. Yeah, is right, as this is going to be a run back, and this is across the 35, near the 40, and that's where St. Francis of Baltimore, Maryland will take over, as running that ball back was Kevin Humes. So here we go with Michael Van Buren and company back out there on offense. Talked about how Michael Van Buren beat a very good Concord de La Salle team a year ago. A lot of that was because of 241 yards passing in one half by Van Buren. Van Buren on the keeper. Ooh. He loses the ball, and that is covered by one of the big guys for St. Francis, and that was a lucky break as Van Buren was popped, and he's hobbling right now.
Well, he took a lick. He had bad ball security to start this. Watch him get loose with this ball. See this young quarterback's getting loose with that ball. Got to cover up the ball, especially with a team that's head hunting for turnovers in East St. Louis.
So now we got quarterback number 19, and that is Edward Jordan, who's out there. Jordan will hand the ball off to the right side, and that's got good look to it as it gets across the 45 up to about the 48. So you almost get a turnover, and then you give up a big run, almost getting the first down. That's the end of the third quarter. One more quarter upon us. It is East St. Louis 13, St. Francis 12. Freedom Bowl 2022 on Flow Football. Welcome back here to Canton, Ohio. You see the score. Number 3 East St. Louis, or actually number 3 St. Francis trailing number 57 East St. Louis 13-12.
Still just a one-possession football game here, 1-point game here. Can't make it more than what it is, but East St. Louis would love to get this ball back in this offense's hands here.
3rd and 1. Handoff, and that is a key defensive play. How about that? When you need a big hit, dial up number 31, Andrew Bones, 6'2", 210, a linebacker, or actually a defensive lineman, a junior. St. Francis showing that they are going to punt, as once again that was Edward Jordan, the backup quarterback out there.
What a great individual effort, splitting that offensive line and making a huge tackle for a loss to get his offense back on the field for East St. Louis.
Let's see if they actually punt this. I've got my doubts.
I don't blame you.
4th down and less than 5. They are going to punt it. It's a pretty good punt. And they're going to let it bounce. And now it's finally picked up and a big hit. As that was picked up by Christopher Bennett Jr. Even on the punt returns, every hit is with power.
Yep.
Even though he didn't slam into him, the way they throw you down, they've got strength.
Yes, they do.
We talked about players with their bench presses in the last game, and you know, when you look at this team, they must live in the weight room.
Yeah, they must. I mean, they are definitely probably have a good nutritionist, making sure these guys are eating properly and lifting heavy and often. And it shows on the field.
Battle the quarterback will hand the ball off, and this is going to go for a few yards. Once again, the workhorse, Terry Martin, on the run.
See, I didn't mind that. I know there's an outside zone. There was no pullers. There was no stretch plays, not a pin and pull technique. They weren't doing any of that. But it was just an outside run zone that just allows your offensive line to get a foot moving forward to try to push this St. Francis team whose defense has been on the field a lot in this second half.
This one goes to the right side. That's going to lose about 4 yards. I've seen teams push teams backwards, but, you know, this St. Francis team is to another level.
Well, they're allowing them to do that with the schematics on offense. I just don't like all the space on the offensive line. That's just not, in my opinion, that's not to their advantage. Just trying to get these guys, they're forcing themselves to the perimeter. I thought they need to get off the ball and just run downhill at these guys. They keep trying to run these perimeter runs, and they're turning into negative runs, putting them in tough situations on third down.
Battle to his left, throws, and that looked like it was altered as he tried to get the ball to the left side to Antoine Hayden. And a 3 and out, just like that.
Just no run threat here. End man in the line of scrimmage. Young quarterbacks, as we catch that snap, we got to know who the end man in the line of scrimmage is. Can't break contain with a guy with that much speed coming off the edge. Just a tough bout rolling to your left. Really just setting your quarterback up for failure on that one.
The punt, pretty good looking one this time, and it's received and ran back by Manning, and Manning is hit hard, and St. Francis will take over near midfield.
I know we've talked a lot about St. Francis laying the wood, but East St. Louis is matching them with these hits, man.
Yeah.
They definitely came to play with the physical mentality.
Especially when they got the quarterback Van Buren on the last series. Let's see who lines up a quarterback now. Is it Van Buren back? Nope. It is the backup, Edward Jordan again. So Jordan's still out there for St. Francis. Hands the ball off, and this goes through a slight hole, and almost breaking it there was the running back. As that was a nice looking run by number 26, Tomir Bransford, getting his first carry.
They're primed for a play action pass. Be looking for a play action pass here.
I don't think he'd been on the field here, Bransford. Another carry to the outside. He gets loose. He gets the first down and more and gets inside the 40. So they bring another stud in there, and Bransford causing some fits.
Doing a good job. Just repeat call. Same play call. Called again. They reload, and this one, first one bounces to the inside. This next one bounces to the outside. Good execution on this drive.
Penalty. False start.
Every time they get momentum, they have a bad penalty that puts them behind the chains here. See if they can recover.
First down and 15 now at the 42. Big hole, and this gets to the 35. DeJuan Williams comes back in and showing off the speed. Bransford, a tough guy to bring down, and then you bring in the burner, DeJuan Williams.
I like the change of tempo here St. Francis has.
2nd and 7, pass left side, completion. Out of bounds. Holding onto the ball and keeping control was Kyrie Benton.
Good quick release right there. Picking up just half. That's all they needed. They've recovered from the first down penalty.
Jackson on the tackle, and that's going to be a first down run, it looks like. Depending on the spot, it's going to be extremely close.
Closer than I thought.
Yeah, a lot closer than I thought. I thought he got it for sure. They're looking.
No, 4th down. I thought he got it
Wow.
with his second effort. We'll get a good look here. But I thought he lunged forward here after contact. Looks like his knee maybe touched before he got that lunge out there. Good referee job right there.
St. Francis calling timeout. 7:26 to play here in the 4th quarter. East St. Louis 13, St. Francis 12. Freedom Bowl 2022 on Flow Football. St. Francis coming out of the timeout that they took on a 4th and 1. Edward Jordan, the quarterback, number 19. Robinson back in there, and Robinson to carry, gets through, gets the first down. I don't know if it's me, but we've talked about the size and strength of both teams, but it looks like St. Francis is starting to wear down the East St. Louis defense.
Absolutely. With the backup quarterback, everyone knows they're going to be running the football and relying on it. East St. Louis has no answer right now.
Motion man, and that one will go for about a yard. Bransford, who had a couple of big carries earlier here in this possession, gains 1. 2nd and 9 at the 24 of East St. Louis. 6:47 to go in the 4th quarter. 13-12 East St. Louis, the number 57 team in the country, leading number 3 St. Francis. Jordan will be stopped, and the ball is loose. They're going to say he was down.
Little old school bench route concept called sprint out. It's a staple for any offensive football team. Just got to go outside in. Young quarterback just didn't really.
That time it looked like his back hit the ground and the ball came loose.
He just didn't identify. He's got to go outside in. That little hitch route was there. Got to be on time.
3rd down and 10.
And Van Buren back in the game.
Yeah, Van Buren is back in the game. Gets the snap. He's looking. He flares over the middle, and that is incomplete.
Oof.
And wanting the interception was number 8, Jackson, for East St. Louis. And now it's 4th down, and the East St. Louis faithful making a lot of noise.
Oh, man.
Great turnout by East St. Louis. Good turnout by St. Francis as well, but East St. Louis a little closer. 5:46 to play. 4th quarter. 13-12. Big 4th down play. Van Buren throwing right side, and that is going to be picked off. Picked off. We're coming the other way now, as this is number 2, Reyes, and Sael Reyes, one of the guys who The head coach for East St. Louis, Darren Sunkett, was ranting and raving about, and you can see why.
They set the house on him. Blitz zero, did a good job, causing some confusion in the backfield. But wow, what a play by East St. Louis, coming up with a big turnover.
Watch, he goes up, he makes the play, and then he says, hey, I'm going to get some yards. And boy, did he.
What a big turning point in this game.
It's all the way to the 45 of St. Francis.
St. Francis with a lot of turnovers in this game. I think that's their fourth. I don't have a statistician, but it's just off my memory. I think they got 4.
I think you're right, actually.
4 turnovers in a football game as the number 3 team in the country against a capable East St. Louis team.
Getting to the outside is Martin, and Martin, most room he's had in a while, but a flag thrown at the last moment. I think that's going to come back. And Martin got to the 36, but it's all for naught. Hate to see that if you're an East St. Louis fan, because he broke free. The most room he's had in a while. Let's see what the call is by Matt Cook. Timeout for an injury, but they didn't call what the penalty was. Was there a penalty?
Unless it fell out of the breast pocket. I don't know. It looked like it was a outside run. Did a really good job in the counter action. They got a hold right there. That's the guilty party. I think that's what did it, was the hold. And the man that got held got away with a personal foul, in my opinion.
Here comes the call. Hold. Paris Patterson, the guilty party, number 70. First down and 20 now.
Big opportunity here. St. Francis try to get the ball back.
5:20 to go, counting down here in the fourth quarter. Man in motion, they don't do the jet sweep. Here's a pass down the middle, and that is overthrown. Showing off that arm, but just overthrowing his man, Jesse Watson, was the quarterback, Robert Pops Battle.
Oh man, Battle had him. Just did a really good job evading pressure, stepping up in the pocket. I think he had more time than he thought, but got to throw it to where your receiver is going, not to where he is. But I think he had him beat. You can see it right here. Play action does a good job stepping up in the pocket. He just rushed him on the throw just a little bit, causing that ball to go a little bit awry on that throw.
Blake would be on the coverage. Looks like we have a timeout called here. No signal yet on who, and now they're going to make the signal. Where are they? Somebody called timeout. East St. Louis, thank you, Mr. Cook, as he made the call. 4:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. What a game we have had. A 26-yard touchdown pass. Pops Battle to Laravius Wood. That in the first quarter with 1:22 to go. Then after a botched snap on a punt and basically a sack on the punt, it was Darian Smith, 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion no good. It was 7-6 at the half. That coming with 3 seconds left in the half, no less. Michael Van Buren, 26 yards to Ryan Manning, made it 12-7. St. Francis then a 9-yard run by Pops Battle. The kick was no good. With 1:07 to go in the third, and that's where we stand. Battle throws, completion on the left side, and that will get inside the 45 to about the 40 to bring up third and manageable, as that was a nice pass to Bennett.
Good job on the stick route, identifying zone coverage. Had a zone concept to his left, man concept to the right. He does a good job with his eyes, making an accurate throw, getting yards after the catch. Good, well executed play right there.
And I said Bennett, it was Caden Rogers, number 16, making that catch, not number 3. And here comes a pass down the right side, and that is a catch, or no? Incomplete.
Oh. I thought that was pass interference. DB didn't get his head turned at all.
Christopher Bennett guarded by Blake Woodby.
Ooh, St. Francis got away with one right there.
I think you're right. 4th and 5 now. This is a key play. 4:56 to go as you get another look at it. We'll see right here what you're talking about.
Ooh, right at the end, he maybe got his head just a little bit, but I thought there was a lot of contact on that play.
4th down and 5.
It's the biggest play of the game right here. I like the spread, giving him a different wrinkle. Man coverage, look for pressure.
Here's Battle over the middle. That's a catch at the 34. And withstanding the hit was Rogers. What a play.
What a play, what an identification by the quarterback. Recognizing man coverage, cover 0, gets it to the slant route with an accurate throw. If he has that, if that ball was one tick in a different direction, that's a turnover on downs. What a great throw by Battle there.
Battle throwing a dime right there. 1st down and 10, East St. Louis. Number 57 in the country according to Max Preps against the number 3 St. Francis Panthers. The Flyers trying to soar here as this is a run up the middle. That will get to the 30. Moravius Wood on the carry. Haven't called his name in a while.
They've gotten away from these perimeter runs. These pulling runs. They've done a better job in the run game. There's a positive run. Getting downhill.
Well, there's 2 things right now. You're up by 1. You're looking for a score, but you're also trying to milk some clock. It's down to 3:46.
I agree. I think the score is more important here.
I do too.
You don't want to take any aggressiveness off on your offense. They've really performed. They've had some success doing this spread. It's kind of showing defense
Trips
a
to
little
the
bit
right,
better.
to the left, and Battle by himself, and Battle's going to run. He gets through. He's at the 20, and he dives down to the 19. That's a 1st down run. You know what that did? That opened up the run for Battle, because now all of a sudden the defense had to go after the receivers as opposed to just stacking up for the run, and Battle knew exactly where he wanted to go.
I'm not convinced this is a design quarterback draw on that play. Because he looked at the stick route with no intention to throw it there. Great job, great call. They're having success spreading this defense out here right now. I think you got to stick with it. It just identifies the defense a little bit better. And your veteran quarterback is doing a good job of identifying it on this drive.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Wood in the backfield. Wood the carry. He scoots left, and Wood will get near the 15. Gain of 4 on the play, Brandon.
Woo. That cover 0 right there. I thought he kept that. Was going to throw a little rollout right to the right side against 0. But they get a positive run. That's what they need. They need positive runs right now. They're doing a good job executing on this drive. Spread this team out. Keep them spread out. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
2:20 to go. St. Francis trailing East St. Louis 13-12. The Flyers trying to get something going, or at least run out the clock. One or the other is good for them. 2nd down, and we'll call it 6.
My. Cover 0 again.
Battle's going to be sacked. Wow, they sent the house. And what a play.
Wow. I thought he was running back screen there. The one that's what they scored on. Just didn't communicate the call. Oh, man, I thought there was going to be a screen and it was going to be a walk-in touchdown, but just
Sean
miscommunication.
Womack blew that play up.
Yeah, just had a little miscommunication up front and caused that sack. Wow. That's a big play for St. Francis.
So now it's 3rd down and 12. Minute 55 to go.
You got to spread them out here, make them declare. They're not doing a good job of disguising coverage. It's hard to disguise coverage in empty formation. You have to match personnel, and it just cleans things up for your quarterback, who's done a good job identifying coverage here on this drive. I think you spread them out, try to run a little quick stick route, and I wouldn't run this quarterback draw again. I would just run a stick route, have a man side to the concept, have a zone side to the concept. Just make sure you have your quarterback have answers. I think that's the most important thing.
A minute 55 on the game clock. Big play here, 3rd and 12.
0 again.
Trips to the right, 1 to the left.
Oh my gosh.
You're trying to close out a game, and you cannot have that happen.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't really understand the hard count there, but man, they played cover 0 again. They were going to dial up the pressure, and I think they had a screen called to the running back. Wow. You can see Martin. He was fired up after that play.
Now it's 3rd and 17. The whole St. Francis defense fired up after the play.
They're bluffing them. They were dropping out. Going to play coverage on this one. Zone coverage.
Nobody in the backfield, so Battle by himself. Bad snap. Battle's going to have to dive on it. Oh my goodness. They go from field goal range to near midfield, Brandon.
East St. Louis is just trying to give this game to St. Francis right now with just bad execution when they need it the most. Bad penalty, miscommunication up front on the check with me, trying to run too much clock. Ran out of time, and then a bad snap. Oh man, that's just went from bad to worse on that drive.
I got to ask you, are they going to punt this? They have to, don't they?
Have to. Make them go 99 yards.
You cannot consider going for this right here, although...
This is punt all the way.
Yeah, it's got to be. So the punter is on the field, and that is Michael Tillman. You know what's funny? He's had short punts all night long. This would be perfect for a short punt.
Absolutely.
We'll get them inside the 20.
First things first, got to get the snap.
Yes.
Got to get a good snap here. They had some trouble in the end of the first half on an array snap. Punters just got to be aware. Surprised St. Francis ain't trying to come after this. Oh my.
And he's going to run it down the right side, and he's going to be forced out of bounds. Why didn't he kick it?
Just kick it, rugby style, baby. It's the second time in a row, bad snap.
You gave St. Francis the ball back in good field position with a minute 37, and all they have to do is come down and kick a field goal.
Wow.
That's the second time that he's had the ball and decided not to kick and ran with it instead. I'm surprised. Michael Van Buren back on the field now. Van Buren's going to show pass. He passes right side, has a man wide open, and this is a catch at the 20, into the 10, to the house.
Wow. Wow. Just like that.
Nakai Workman.
Same concept, cover 4. They run a post route and a wheel route, out and up really is the wheel route. Against cover 4, he's got bad leverage on the inside guy. When the outside guy pushes vertical, you'll see here, Van Buren just throws a strike. And this is what the St. Francis team we were looking for from the start. Wow.
And it comes with a minute 27 to go to make it 18-13. Now a touchdown is necessary for East St. Louis.
Wow.
there's St. Francis fans. We said they were in the house as well.
They're fired up.
Yeah, they are. Going for 2. Trying to make a 7-point game. There's a pass, and that is an easy pickings play, as that is the 2-point conversion to Isaiah Neal.
And East St. Louis just went from essentially winning this football game to making 3 mistakes in a row, really essentially 4 mistakes in a row, and giving this St. Francis team, who's number 3 in the country, hope. And that's all they need. Wow.
Man, you talk about quick strike. And he was wide open on that touchdown. Kai Workman.
Any person who doesn't believe in momentum in a football game, I'd like to put them on a lie detector test, because
right,
momentum is key. If you can harness momentum, there's something about a confidence that momentum shifts. But you can see Van Buren, just great throw, great concept. That runs it out and up against cover 4. Just had the perfect call, and his receiver does the rest for a huge touchdown.
Yeah, Workman made the cut inside. Nobody was catching him, and he got congratulations by Kyrie Benton, his teammate number 6. And man, like you said, it went from okay to bad to worse for East St. Louis against St. Francis.
In a blink of an eye, too.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like 10 seconds ago, this sideline over here was infused with energy, and you know, the crowd was into it. And all of a sudden now, not much noise coming here from the sideline.
10 seconds ago, it seemed like it was going to be East St. Louis closing out the game to a victory, and now it looks the opposite.
Absolutely.
St. Francis, a minute 27 to kill the clock. And you're forcing a team that has struggled getting big plays to get some. Run back by Manning. Manning down the left sideline. Manning couldn't keep in bounds as he was out of bounds. Whew. Good run back. Could have been more, but Manning gets him off to a decent start with a minute 20.
That's a great start. They got a great return there. That's exactly what the doctor ordered right there, for a big return. Let's see if Battle and Company can put a drive together to go win a football game. East St. Louis still has 2 timeouts here. They got to be able to use them sparingly, strategically.
Just stepped out right there before he was knocked out. 1st and 10 at the 47. Down 7.
I think you spread them out. Had success in the empty formation. You need to keep spreading them out.
Now you hear the St. Francis fans calling defense. There's a pass, and that is incomplete.
Letting them play.
Tough defense. Letting them play is right, as that was big number 7, Ife Obidegewu. And he destroyed this play.
A little cleaner pocket in this spread formation for Battle. I think that he made a right read there, going to the slant route against man coverage.
Justin Price, 7-on-7 against the defender. Battle forced out, and literally forced out, as he will stop the clock and doesn't gain any yards. So now you're down to a 3rd down and 10, pretty much. 3rd and 11, actually, where they're going to mark him out of bounds. So he loses a yard. (20-13), St. Francis with the lead, the number 3 team in the country over the number 57 team. Battle, looking, throwing, has a man. That's a 1st down play. It goes to the 40 and inside the 40 to the 36. And that is Caden Rogers. Minute 2. Clock is stopped to move to chains. They're lining up at the line.
That is veteran quarterback play at its finest right there. He goes to a check, goes to audible, understands it's going to be zone coverage. He tries to take a shot, but doesn't take the bait. Throws it to his check down. It's a big explosive play.
Here he goes again. Little throw over the middle, and that is a catch. Justin Price, and Price is near the 20. They'll mark him at the 22. That will move the chains again. The chains a little slow here. 47 seconds as they start the clock. The chains are still not moved. They're calling procedure.
Wow. Another penalty for East St. Louis.
I'm surprised the chains weren't even set. They ran that play anyway.
Battle doing a good job on this drive.
Another penalty. No penalty. Clock has started. 39 counting down. Battle gets a snap. Battle being pressured. Battle throws left side towards the end zone. Incomplete. He had Christopher Bennett, but Bennett couldn't make the catch. 29 seconds on the game clock. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Wow, what a play there. Battle doing a good job extending plays with his feet, finding guys open, but he makes a, I mean, I'll be honest with you, there's not really much else he can do. He wasn't out of his break before he threw that ball. It was just get to a spot, see if he can make a play, but again, great job with his feet, extending this play, playing control. I've been really impressed with Battle this entire second half, really.
55-yard touchdown pass to Mackay Workman, and the 2-point conversion to Neal. 20-13, and that's a big sack at the 35. East St. Louis with 2 timeouts left, need to use one. And they have moved backwards again. They went from the 23 all the way back. They're at the 34. They've got a 3rd and 22 and only 24 seconds.
Just too many men for them to handle. Running backs, that's his responsibility. Got to pick up color there, help his offensive line out a little bit. They slid protection to the right. Running back's responsible for the inside. Linebacker just missed an assignment on a big play, but I think they need to spread this ball out. They've had success in the empty formation, need to get back to it. They haven't ran empty at all in this drive. I don't really understand why.
Donovan Dyson on the defense there, ultimately. So Battle, 24 seconds on the game clock. They have 2 downs here to keep this drive alive. They can get a first down at the 12. They're down 7.
Just got to get half. Make it manageable on 4th down. Just get half. You got a timeout. Use the entire field.
Battle. Little screen, and what a defensive play. That was Isaiah Neal. Neal, who made the 2-point conversion, makes the play right there. 4th down. The game is in the balance right now with 20 seconds.
Yeah, East St. Louis tried to guess that they were going to be in cover 0. Probably should have done a check with me. Just a bad football play into a zone coverage with 11 men, eyes in the backfield. East St. Louis is hoping for a miracle here. They're in desperation mode. No timeouts. 4th and forever.
This was a game that they looked like they had. Then all of a sudden, one big play, touchdown, 55 yards. And it's been an uphill climb ever since for East St. Louis, in only 20 seconds. 4th down. The scoreboard says 3rd. It's 4th down. So Battle, no pressure. He'll throw it on the left side, and he goes out of bounds. He didn't have any play to go out of bounds, so instead of keeping the drive alive, that's going to be the ball game. Lost track of what down it was.
Yeah,
And the problem was the scoreboard said third down. It still says third down. The chain said 4, though. Unsportsmanlike against East St. Louis, and this game's over.
wow.
What a comeback for St. Francis.
Alexa, where's my package?
They were completely counted out of this game. East St. Louis handed them a victory, in my opinion. Just bad execution down the stretch here.
Well, penalties, misplays on special teams, you name it, they had it. And it turns out the Panthers of St. Francis, the number 3 team in the country according to Max Preps and a couple of other polls, they're going to go to 1-0 on the year. East St. Louis will go to 0-1. They're going to be an outstanding team, but this is going to sting. St. Francis has won the ball game. The final score, St. Francis 20 and 13 for East St. Louis. So 20-13. St. Francis over East St. Louis, and man, what a turn of events we had here, Brandon Dowdy. What an end to what's been an outstanding couple of days of outstanding football. What do you say about this one?
Yeah, both teams have a lot of things they can work on when they're watching this film this week. The team that makes the most adjustments for East St. Louis, I think it's costly penalties, unforced errors, pre-snap penalties that really hurt them down the stretch when they needed plays to be made. They just, late in the game, they just didn't execute at a high enough level. One team did, the other team did not. So for St. Francis, they have a lot of things to build on themselves. This was not an easy game. They did not play like the number 3 team in the country, but all good teams just find ways to win football games. They're going to learn from this one, and they're going to have to be able to execute at a higher level for 4 quarters in the next game.
Robert Pop's battle, 26-yard touchdown pass to Laravius Wood to make it 7-0. Then Darian Smith, a 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was no good with 3 seconds to go in the first half. It was 7-6 in favor of St. Francis. It was 12-7. Michael Van Buren giving St. Francis the lead. 26-yard touchdown pass to Ryan Manning. The point after was no good. And a 9-yard run by Robert Pop's battle. The kick was no good to make it 13-12 in favor of East St. Louis. It looked like they were going to have the victory, but then they ended up going backwards, had some bad plays. They had an interception. You thought, hey, this is going to close out the game. But then a 55-yard pass to Mekhi Workman right down the sideline. This was the difference. Isaiah Neal got the 2-point conversion, but that was your play of the game.
Absolutely, big play when they needed it the most, but something we didn't talk about, 4 turnovers for St. Francis and still be able to win the game. I want to know the stat on that is how many teams can overcome 4 turnovers and still win. This is an impressive football team.
Lead producer Max McGilligan, Greg Sandercock's producer, Greg Eckert, the entire crew doing a great job. Your final thoughts, Brandon?
Yeah, great weekend. We had a fantastic hospitality here. I thought we were treated with big time class. Had some good times here, good football. Watched all weekend. I thought all the teams in their respected states are going to be title contenders. You got to make sure the winning teams use that momentum and try to build off of it. And for the opposing teams, are the teams that didn't come away victorious, they're going to have to find that momentum, figure out what the adjustments they need to make, and try to turn the tide and try to get a victory next week.
Well, Brandon, as always, it's been great working with you. We're going to be working more down the road, and just great job.
Thank you. You as well.
He's Brandon Dowdy. I'm Scott Galletti. For the entire crew here from Flow Football, I'm Scott Galletti again. Final score, 20-13.